Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Senstaku's ADHD stream. Sorry that took a little bit longer to start than normal. I was trying to figure out how to get. I'm still working on getting closed captions to work on our streams. I was testing something and it didn't want to work, so I'll have to try it again later. I'm sort of constantly trying to update and improve our stuff because I definitely feel like we should have closed captioning on our videos, but I can't afford to pay somebody to do that manually, so I'm trying to figure out cheap alternatives to doing that. Wow, I've got a little halo, don't I? See if I can fix that at all while I'm sitting here doing my intro stuff. Hello everybody, welcome. Stream. Um Yeah, sorry I didn't have a stream yesterday. I just woke up. I had a yesterday was weird. Yesterday was a weird day for me. Like I got plenty of sleep, but I just woke up with absolutely no energy. I've talked before about how individuals with ADHD, our brains don't produce enough dopamine from like regular everyday activities just don't produce the dopamine that we need to get through the day, kind of thing. Occasionally, I just have no energy. If you're familiar with the spoon theory, it's that the idea is that you know it's a method of explaining that depletion of energy, that rapid depletion of energy. It's like and this is a very casual description, so don't quote me on this to people. But basically, um, you have a set number of the theory is that you have a set number of spoons, air quote spoons. It doesn't have to be spoons; it can be literally anything. Um, that you have every day, and whenever you do a task, you give away a spoon. Um, and if you have to, and occasionally you'll do something that gives you back a spoon. But when you're operating in a deficit, you have to be very careful about what you spend your energy on. And I like ADHD individuals always operate at a deficit, and it's sometimes the deficit is worse than others. Like I had no, I sat down yesterday morning to start getting ready for the stream, and I just stared at the computer. I was like, I don't feel like streaming. I will not be entertaining. I will simply be like sitting here saying nothing, just staring at a computer screen the whole time. So that was me yesterday. Got better. Got better afternoon. I was low energy for Val's stream, and then Hunter, I was mostly back to normal. So, and so yeah, we're here. We're back in Golarion, where, as I said in the Golarion notification and in the tweet, apparently titles and lands are awarded via King of the Hill. If you take it and hold it, you get it. So we're at the point at which we take. Yeah, that was sudden. I forget. I always forget. Um, I need to lower that. All right. I put it back up to 100. I was like, no, I wanted it at 60 or 50 ish. Okay. So yeah, we are approaching the bandit lords, or the stag lords hideout, where we met with Cressel and some other bandits, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna go fight the stag lord, and we were like, maybe not, just chill and let us investigate a bit.
In due time.
And if we start fighting, then
I'm listening.
you can come on up and start fighting with us. All right, so we're not getting in over there.
As it should be.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Why are there random zombies over here? They have DR5 except for slashing damage. Well, it's a good thing most of our attacks are slashing.
Consider me provoked.
As I should say, not most of our attacks are slashing, most of our damage is slashing. Because Amira. Or, not waste all of our, let's not waste all of our resources on a bunch of zombies, shall we?
Repent.
I'll cut you.
This is for you.
Still don't know why there are zombies here, but
Do it. They go down.
You deserved it.
You forced my hand.
oh, come on. Fucking critical miss.
I'll fight if I have to.
A calculated risk.
Any last wishes?
I'll try to make this swift.
You can't stop me.
Like how we could see the arrow bounce off of the zombie. Or the crossbow bolt.
This is where I step in.
So it's come to this.
Fear me.
Consider me provoked.
There we go. Like I said, it only had one hit point left. Come on, guys. So why were there a bunch of zombies over here?
I'm not afraid.
Why are there yet more zombies over here? What's with all these zombies outside the Stag Lord's fort? Why does that zombie have a shield? The zombie's on the escalator again.
Bring it!
You're using it wrong.
Let's try this way.
I'll fight if I have to.
Ah!
You have no 0th level cantrips or 0th level attack spells, do you? Cleric boy. Well.
Tear them apart!
That was not the zombie lord I was aiming at, but okay.
I'll cut you.
For Gongar proving his worth in the zombie apocalypse.
Serves you right.
Lindsay not.
This should do it. Ah!
You can't stop me.
They go down!
Die.
You deserved it.
A calculated risk.
Consider me provoked.
All according to plan.
All according to Keikaku.
Face me if you dare.
More fucking zombies. Literally everywhere. What the hell? One down.
This is for you.
Bring it! This will hurt. You forced my hand.
last wishes?
Tear them apart! Let's try this way.
Oncoming slow shambling horde. Which reminds me, if I ever get my VR setup fixed or get a towerless VR set, I want to stream Walking Dead, the Walking Dead VR game, because it's actually really fun. But that will require me having a new job, which hopefully tomorrow I've got a job interview. Actually, just after the stream tomorrow,
You can't stop me.
for a job that's very similar to the one that I had previously,
Where I step in.
and potentially pays better. God, how many fucking zombies are there?
Consider me provoked.
Get me, Gorum! This should do it.
What's that?
This is for you. Serves you right.
A calculated risk. So it's come to this.
I'll cut you.
A +1 heavy pick, silver chain and silver statuettes,
Any fun to be had?
swords and shields, some coin,
Follow my lead.
some dog tag, another dog tag. Alright, we're fine.
In due time. That is not far.
is murder.
Akiro's in smoke over here. We have company! A tall, broad-shouldered man with prematurely graying hair stares at you, but he doesn't attack. You must be the Restovic envoy I've heard so much about. I don't suppose I could just ask you to lead the fort in peace in the name of Erastil, or whatever deity you swear by. Otherwise, let's get this over with. You seem a reasonable man, so you must understand. The times of lawlessness and chaos in the Stolen Lands are about to pass. Lay down your arms, surrender, and confess your crimes. A just sentence is far better than an undignified death. You have no idea what you're talking about. My crimes are more severe than you can imagine. Akiro's eyes blaze. I ran to the Stolen Lands to escape punishment. As I failed. That matters little when you can't run away from yourself. Well, so be it. I'll return to my homeland and surrender myself to their justice. Perhaps you'll succeed in bringing law to these lands after all. Maybe even with your persuasion skills. Akiros nods, a bitter smirk across his face. Farewell. You managed to persuade the first of the stag bandits to leave. Hey. Achivo.
I'm listening.
Lindsay the Magnificent? Lindsay the Illustrious? Something more simple, like Lindsay the Great?
Wow.
Decisive.
Focus on the goal.
Wow. Not healing for much here. Alright, you. Heal them all. Let's save here. Oh wait, did I just save over? Sorry, it looked like it was saving over one of my my other characters. Wait, what?
As it should be.
And then our leader charged forward.
Oh, come on. You didn't even give me a chance to talk. Well, if they're not gonna give us a chance to talk, let's roll it back slightly and actually prepare for this fight. I was hoping we'd have like a moment of like, hey, who goes there? And we could do persuasion checks, but apparently no. They are fire on sight kind of people.
Confide in me. Ready for anything.
Where to now?
Here!
Done with waiting.
Adventures
Any
continent.
fun to
No
be had?
mistakes.
What's that?
I'm not afraid.
All right. Ow. Hey. Don't shoot my bard, you asshole.
Repent! should do it. Tear them apart!
Focus fire.
I'll cut you.
You forced my hand.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Rigongar.
They go down! Calm down. Not dead yet.
Ow, that was a fucking hefty sneak attack. Thank you, dog. Fuck your mirror images, I guess.
This was not part of the plan.
Please.
The also stunned somehow. Sorry, I just let my dogs loose.
Consider me provoked.
What are you fucking stunned by? Nothing. You were just knocked over. Okay, cool. Any fun spells I can cast? Eat it.
I should withdraw for a time.
Die for me.
Oh, come on. That's that moment in a D&D game where, like, the DM goes, no, this is happening, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Who dares disturb me while I'm drinking?
All according to plan.
All according to Geikaku.
I'm listening.
I was hoping. Alright, so here's the question. Do we retreat and rest? Or do we press on and try to beat him now?
Magritio, Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
There's not a lot of them, and we have some summonable monsters we can pull up, but there's enough of them that it might be worth backing out for a bit.
In due time.
If we can.
I did as you asked.
Hey, we can rest here. And first, do we need to adjust her spellbook at all? Probably. Oh yeah, because definitely because we don't. She has second level spells. We haven't equipped any of them. Let's rearrange some of these spells, shall we?
Right
Oh,
here, my friend.
Christian. More slots available to you. So we've got. Let's give you. Want to give you some damaging spells, or do we really just want to? I mean, you're gonna be able. There, all your spells are cure spells. Also, don't have to worry about that. Kind of want to give you summon monster. Cause fear. As has been proven to us by the bone shamans, cause fear, good spell. Oh. do? Oh yeah.
Just letting the ink dry.
Okay. Can't cook or hunt here anyways, so why am I worried about that?
And I like Boken. He reminds me of a bookseller I know. Cold and tart at first, but if he likes someone, it's forever.
It was so good of Oleg and Svetlana to help him. I think he'd have a tough time without them.
All right. Treated. Rested up.
That is not far.
We're gonna let that owlbear out. But first,
Focus on the goal.
Together we are unstoppable.
Ready and willing.
our three frontline fighters should be enlarged. Open the cage and free the owlbear. Oh, I should have tried to calm it down first. Let's do that the smart way rather than the dumb way.
All according to plan.
All according to Keikaku. We should also.
In due time.
Try this again.
That is not far.
Save, save.
I am prepared.
No, stop.
Time's not waiting.
Any fun to be had?
Here!
Esmu, Axel, yes. Ba, Riti.
Try to calm the owlbear. The owlbear seems to have endured some sort of abuse recently, probably at the hands of a certain druid. It's scared, angry, and wants to take revenge on its offenders. It seems to understand that you're not one of them, and it probably won't attack you. This owl will help us fight the Stag Lord. Can I let it out? No? Okay.
As it should be.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Maybe it'll break out on its own. We can't interact with the door anymore, so. Create pit. There. Fall into the pit. All of you fall into the pit.
These lands, I won't let you take them from me.
Why am I so far behind everyone else? Yay, maximum number of Doge. He fell in the pit. Old person on the Stag Lord. Good. Ragongar, run over. Run up to the Stag Lord. Whereas I'm going to run up to the druid. And you're going to summon three more doges. Hopefully. 2 more doges. 5 doges better than no doge, though, so. Oh no, doge fell in the pit. Hey, the owlbear got out.
Repent!
How did you manage to miss when he was being held? Oh, he's not held anymore. Run, Ragongar! Are you not able to get up those stairs?
This is for you!
Wow, those dogs have some insane reach. Oh god, I'm here. He got caught in the pit. Okay, can I drop the pit now?
You forced my hand.
Why can Ragungar not get up the? That's weird that I can't get up the. I can't get up to where the Stag Lord is. Oh, that one's dead.
I'll try to make this swift.
Die for me.
I'll fight if I have to!
This should do it.
Hey, the pit went away, which means Amirik is back. Oh. Not only is Amiri back, but every time they try to stand up, they're just gonna get mauled.
Oh, after so long, I learned to stand.
The Staglo clutches something resembling a charm in his bloody fingers, seemingly placing the last of his hope into it. You hear a snapping sound, and then a dull sigh bursts from the Stag Lord's chest. I know of the pain you've endured in your life, but that doesn't excuse the atrocities you've committed.
Spare me your compassion, your judgment. I'll sleep now. I'll wait for her.
So yeah, that's the first clue that something weird's happening, is his statement here. I'll wait for her in my dream. Because somebody who would be identified with female pronouns has appeared to us in a dream. In this area. Everything's dead, I think. Go it around, let's see what happens. Oh, there he is.
Bring it.
There we go. Oh, look at all this gear we just got. First off with me. I'm gonna wear that. Weapons, got an agile rapier. I'm gonna put that on until we get our slashing grace ability at level 5. Definitely requires some dexterity to fire that bow. We'll worry about it later. Though, hang on. Bracers would make that a 5. Yeah, that works. +5 to hit, +5 to damage. Not as good as with her sword, but you know when you need to.
believed in you so much, Stag Lord. And now?
All
Now
according
you're
to
just
plan.
a dead sack of bone.
All according to Keikaku.
And then our leader
Oh look,
charged
more
forward.
bandits.
Hey, wait for me.
This spell's not supposed to work like that. You can't stop me!
Oh! So it's come to this.
Tear them apart!
Oh fuck, she's damn it. She's wielding the longbow and not her sword.
Serves you right.
Repent!
They go down!
A calculated risk. Calm down. Not dead yet.
Consider me provoked.
You deserved it.
This was not part of the plan.
Oh god damn it. There we go. Okay.
Any last wishes?
There we go.
Follow my lead. Right here, my friend.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
I'm not afraid.
I like how our bandit allies got through all this area without interacting with these bandits at all.
This is for you.
Ah! You forced my hand.
I'll fight if I have to.
This should hurt. In due time.
Alright, there we go. Collect all. Bandit Lord dealt with. No muss, no fuss. It helped that we were able to lock off half of his fighters in the first round with the create pit spell. The pit spells are very like, so long as you don't get your allies accidentally caught in them, which is absolutely a possibility. The pit spells are really good for locking off enemy options.
I need to catch my breath.
And rest. And edge. Cooking. Washing. Assisting.
You're the perfect height for stabbing someone in the groin. Why don't you do it? That's a winning move in any battle.
Well, it doesn't sound very heroic. None of the heroes from the books I've read ever did this.
I tire.
Really?
Some food would be nice. And some booze. When I get to a tavern, I'll lock myself inside and won't come out until all the barrels are empty.
That is not far.
Valor catches up with you near the trading post and touches your shoulder. Aiden, can I talk to you? Now that the Stag Lord is defeated, you rightfully own the stolen lands. Jamandi Aldori will endorse you and grant you the Baron's title. The girl looks at you with interest and a little apprehension. What will you do when you sit on the throne, Aiden? Please don't say you haven't thought about it. There's enough work to do in the stolen lands. Running off bandits, founding a state, protecting the common people. Valerie nods, pleased. To be honest, I didn't expect any other answer from you. You are a noble person, Aiden, and I'm glad I can serve the good of your state. Serve the good of my state, you say? You're where is Oleg? Offer. Deal. You have any more bags of holding, do you? The Stag Lord's gone. We found his fortress and sent the villain to oblivion. Oleg looks at you with respect bordering on admiration. And good riddance. Maybe now we'll be able to actually live in the stolen lands rather than just surviving. Oleg sighs. Without a doubt, more people will flock here now. It'll surely boost trade, but all the noise they'll bring with them... Well, that's none of your concern. I bet you can't wait to return to Restov and report your great victory. Restov waits. I plan to set off right away. Fog seems to be thinning, but we should wait until it burns off completely. In the meantime, I'll gather some supplies for your journey to make sure you can enjoy your trip back to Restov. Restov. Here we go.
Good work. Nice to see I haven't lost my intuition for people. Not many would have managed to set out to the Stolen Lands and return with the Stag Lord's head, but I knew you could handle it. Congratulations are in order. Today, you'll receive the title of Baron before the High Society of Restov, and even Natala Sertova personally. God's bless her. Tomorrow, you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands if you wish, but this time as a ruler. But matters of state can wait. For now, enjoy this feast in your honor. All the city leaders are here. It's a great opportunity to make some useful connections. Speaking of connections, let me introduce you to Kasil Eldori. He's my adopted son and apprentice. He's a trustworthy man. I'd like to send him with you as an envoy.
Jumanji, just what kind of game are you playing? I think I have the right to know.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, you certainly have that right. But tell me, how well do you know Brevoy's history or the current political atmosphere? It won't be an easy explanation.
What do I need to know about the history of Brevoy?
What's now called Brevoy was originally two different countries, Rostland and Issia. 200 years ago, they were stuck in constant squabbles. Then, Coral the Conqueror showed up and united the two states into one. Such diplomatic tricks are easy to manage when you have dragons at your disposal.
I imagine they would be.
The so-called noble houses of Brevoy, mainly Sertova, Orlovsky, and Lebeda, once ruled over Issia. We, the Aldori, ruled Rostland. The royal house Rogarvia, founded by Coral the Conqueror, forced us into obedience. But 200 years isn't long enough to make peace with such a troubled history. Even 2,000 years wouldn't be enough for us to accept Issian rule. Brevoy is a country held together by a thread, and that thread grows ever weaker.
What do you need to know about the current political atmosphere?
We, the Aldori and the great noble houses, spent 200 years under the rule of invaders, the royal house Rogarvia. We plotted, we schemed, we stabbed each other in the back, but open confrontation was out of the question. But a few years ago, House Rogarvia disappeared. No one knows how or why, but one day, their manners were just empty.
Magic.
The force that held Brevoy together, that kept us from a bloody feud, ceased to be.
Magic and/or adventurers.
Brevoy is currently ruled by the House Sertova, the former kings of Issia. But their power pales in comparison to that of House Rogarvia when they were here. So now Sertova and Aldori stand facing each other, staring each other in the eye, waiting for the other to draw their sword. It's an untenable situation. No one wants a civil war that would drown Brevoy in blood. But peace between us is also out of the question.
What role do I play in your plans?
Rostland wants to regain its independence, and we will regain it. The power the Issians hold over us is humiliating and costly, and the Sertovas won't give us our freedom without a fight. That is, unless there is some external power that can force everyone to sit down and talk. Do you see where this is going? The Stolen Lands are disputed territory. Brevoy can't appropriate them without raising protests from each of the neighboring states. However, if some brave people were to found independent states on that land, it would be another matter entirely. My hope is that you and your future neighbors, Baron Hannes Drelev and Captain Mager Varn, will become our allies. But even your neutrality would introduce a powerful counterbalance to the aggression of the noble houses. Maybe, with your help, the inevitable division of Brevoy can occur without too much pain.
Don't the Sword Lords have any other foreign allies capable of playing this role?
We hope to get some help from the Maivani Aldori, the descendants of the Sword Lords who have fled from Coral's rage to build a new nation in the south. But the Isians know this well, and are doing everything they can to deny us this hope. I won't go into details, but if my intelligence is correct, if a civil war starts in Brevoy, Maivan will be too occupied with its own inner troubles to interfere.
What part does Restov play in this game?
Restov is a free city, proud of its independence from everyone, including the Aldori Sword Lords. But when it comes to Rostland's liberation, our goals align. This whole plan is our joint creation with Lord Mayor Yosef Selemius.
If Natala is already here, why did she let you grant me the title?
Actually, she could still intervene and disrupt the proceedings. But she's a Sertova. Their games are always complex and multi-layered. They're always looking for ways to turn defeat into victory. If she's decided to allow you to become a baron, it means she already has some idea of how she can turn it to her benefit. Let's consider how she could do so. Maybe she understands that Rostland will inevitably separate and she doesn't want a war. In that case, new states in the Stolen Lands give the Isians a reason to sit down and talk without losing face. But that's an optimistic view, and truth be told, it doesn't quite match up with what we've come to expect from the Sertovas. The more likely scenario is that Natala wants to win you over to her side. If war breaks out and at least one of you stabs us in the back, Rostland will be surrounded by enemies. That might be enough to bring about our downfall. But you would fall first, and your newly formed states would be left in ruin. The Isians always like to have someone around to pull their chestnuts out of the fire for them. A piece of friendly advice? Don't do business with House Sertovas, no matter what promises they make you. Any deal with the noble houses is a deal with devils.
What happens next?
How should I know? We're in the middle of a big game. And today, you move
One might
from
say
being merely a piece on the
a
board
Game of
to being one of the
Thrones.
players.
Thank you for the explanation.
I hope you have a better understanding of what's at stake.
You already know about my encounter with Tartuccio?
Of course. Keston gave me a full report. You dealt with the scoundrel perfectly. It would be naive to think that none of your neighbors will try to stick their hands in your affairs. Especially that sly fox Iravetti.
Thank you. I'm going to speak with guests.
Enjoy your evening. When you're ready for the official part, come to me.
All right. That's a good spot to take a break. If you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. As a reminder, when I take a break, you take a break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, get a drink, get food, whatever you need to do. Back in just a few minutes. And we're back. Everyone had a good break.
As it should be.
I could talk to people, but I don't care.
Will you drink with me?
Hello, Sigmore, and welcome to the stream. Do you want to get right to business?
I'd say you like to walk a straight road and keep away from roundabouts. But jokes aside, I came to apologize. I know the words I said in our conversation with Lady Aldery might have offended you, but this was not my intention. The lessons life has dealt me were not easy. I've learned to be wary of new acquaintances, which is why I've refused to join your party. I hope you will forgive me for this weakness and for my harsh words. And I hope you will hear me out, for I have something to tell you.
I don't need to apologize. I don't expect everyone I meet to immediately fall under my charms and trust me with all their secrets.
How amusing. Usually those who don't seek affection are the very ones who receive it. Anyway, enough sweet talk. There is something important I wanted to tell you. As it happens, I came across some very valuable information. What brave conqueror of these wild lands wouldn't be intrigued by news of an ancient shrine, possibly full of great treasures? A place such as this was discovered by my old friends from Kadira, and it just so happens to be located in the lands that today become rightfully yours. My friends lack the courage to enter the shrine and seek the treasure, but what will stop us? We who know the taste of battle and have been singed by the same fire.
What could be better than a treasure hunt? I'm ready.
I'm sure you'd like to finally gain your official title and celebrate your victory. And I don't like noisy parties and ceremonies. Find me when you return to your dominion. I'll rent a house in your capital. We can discuss the details of our expedition there.
Sounds good.
So long, friend. I'll call you so today because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is, Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace.
I wonder what the direction on that, like, I wonder what the voice direction on that was, those lines, because it's a very weird way of talking. That character, and I'm not saying that's unintentional. It's just I'm really curious how you get there from a directorial perspective, because she like inflects on things very weirdly, and I don't mean like her accent. I mean like, you know, because if I were to read that line, it would have been I'll call you by your name today, because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace. And she said it in this sort of weird, I'll call you by your name today, because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is Your Grace. Like it was like very slow and low and like melancholic, and it's like, but it's inherent. It's a comedy, or it's not a comedy line, but it's a sarcastic line. But she delivered it like a melodrama almost. And it's like I'm wondering how you get to that point in the dialogue direction.
It's still too early for the official proceedings. Go, speak with the guests.
What if I don't want to, though? Isvanki Keeg, a handsome man with a weather-beaten face, grasps her hand tightly in rough, calloused palms. Unlike the rest of the guards in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Erastil made of solid gold. The other guests look at him with respect, some bordering on awe. Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Sorry, Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ezvanki Keeg, High Priest of Rastal in Restov. I saw how you fought beside Jamandi that night. Your god granted you impressive power. Yes, I used to serve Rastal on the battlefield, but those days are long past. In his power to heal those who've fallen from a roof more often than anyone wounded by a sword. Of course, someone has to roam the forest and slay monsters, but I'm more useful to my congregation here, attending to more mundane affairs like hospitals, shelters, and charity fairs. Bringing law into the Soul is a difficult endeavor. I would be grateful for any help you could spare. This is a truly noble undertaking. I believe our community would be able to provide you with reasonable assistance. We will help you construct a shrine in your capital, free of charge. I'll meet you. Goodbye.
All according to plan.
All according to Geikaku. Hannes Drelev. This man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. Baron Hannes Drelev, he says offhandedly, emphasizing the word Baron. And you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forget your name, but you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so the Sword Lord Jamandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Oh, congratulations. My lands lie to the west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. You're not very polite for an omen. Politeness must be deserved. Her tone felt a little detached. Yeah, like her Casey's dialogue is very like disconnected from what she's saying. Like the emotion of how she's talking is disconnected from what the words she's saying. Kind of weird. Goodbye. I don't want to talk to that guy. He's an asshole and we never meet him again. As far as I'm aware.
In due time.
Mager Varn. Mager Varn. This man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than in the company of nobles. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly, as though it was borrowed. He has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail with a few streaks of gray running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. Let me introduce myself. I'm Mager Varn, the new ruler of Dunswood, your neighbor to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. We're going to play as him later, because there's a DLC that we will take, that we'll sort of skip out of the main storyline to play, because you're supposed to play it after, I think the second big event in your kingdom. Maybe the first. I think it's the second. But anyways, there's a DLC, his DLC you can play at a certain point, and then it affects the rest of your main campaign. So rather than just going straight through, we're gonna once we hit the point where you're supposed to play his DLC, we're gonna pause it, save it, and then go play his DLC, play Varnhold's Lot. It was nice meeting you. Farewell. Goodbye. Once you've settled in, come pay us a visit.
Follow my lead.
Alright, I've talked to some of the guests. Can we get this over with now?
It's still too early for the official.
Oh.
That is not far.
Lander, a handsome, well-dressed young man of about 17 years old, looks at you with a polite smile. So you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang. Soon to be a baron. Pleased to meet your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander? No last name? No title? Well, let's say I'm here incognito. Under the circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I'm an heir to one of Brevoy's noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baron with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to rule a part of it someday. I know Jumanji wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary of Brevoy. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. Are you from Restovic nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands, and the Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. I'll consider your proposal. Yes, do so. Uncarefully.
In due time.
Natala Sertova. Natala Sertova is discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in a low voice. Unknown. Upon noticing you, she breaks into a sugary sweet smile. You are not only tough, but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. I've just decided this is her accent. It was a pleasure meeting you. May I take my leave? Before you leave, please allow me to introduce someone to you. I believe Shamandi has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing her low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy, Castle. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Murphy, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Brevoy's politics than any brawler could be. The old one standing next to Natala gives you a slight bow. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relations with Brevoy. I'll consider your proposal. Think on it. Do not make any hasty decisions. Frankly, we're going with Castle. He might not be the smartest choice, but he's the least annoying.
We've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Before we begin, I'd like to talk about the envoy I'll be taking with me.
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he?
Yes, that's my decision.
Whatever you choose, I won't argue. But you must choose your inner circle with the utmost care.
I'm ready for the ceremony.
Excellent. Stand here. Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon, Captain Mager Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword, and finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills.
All 3 of them have events that they are involved in later.
Step forward.
I think I haven't played with Natala's yet, but I'm assuming Natala's causes trouble later. I don't remember if.
I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
I think the other one does too. Mostly they just change certain events that come later in the game, basically, depending on who you have, and also they all 3 fill different roles on your advisor council. Because once you establish your barony, you have to set up advisors, and they handle tasks for you, and they're the things that do the kingdom running part. And they have different skill sets for that aspect too.
Victory. The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Why are... So one said greetings Baron, the other said greetings Baroness. I mean, I don't mind the game assuming that my character is gender fluid, but I would like them to let me know that beforehand. Keston Garrus. Welcome, Your Grace. Keston salutes you. You can see he's a bit anxious, and it seems he'd rehearsed his speech many times. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jamandi transferred me here. I'm at your disposal. I'm not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know I'm glad to serve you. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital citizens. The Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Word travels fast, and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While you were visiting Restov, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Eldori, invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and show you around the most important sites. What's the mood of the people here? I must admit I've never seen anything like it in my whole life. A city, a whole barony, born right in front of our eyes. People sense the moment, and today we're feeling proud. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful or chatty. I normally feel out of place amongst all the rejoicing, but today is just one of those days. I'm ready to look around the city. Lead the way! Follow me, Your Grace. Now we get a tour. First of all, greetings, Your Grace. We are, well, your new subjects. We're selecting a site to build our house. This is a same-sex couple and child. And they're just there. Yeah, it's wet near the lake and windy up here on the hill. A fine place to throw garbage at your neighbor's head, though. Ouch. Just a pair of big gay dads right here. It's a good thing you got rid of those monsters and bandits, Your Grace, and their child. You recognize this place, Your Grace. This is where the Stag Lord's fortress wall used to be. Not that it saved him in the end, I mean, Lordship is more generic than Grace. Grace is more specific. Your Lordship applies to anybody with would apply to anybody with a noble title. Anybody who could be referred to as a Lord. Whereas Your Grace is much more specific. Not every town is the main square. We plan to hold street festivities and fairs here. Look, we already have our first vendor. Greetings, Your Grace. Maybe you turn to the right up the square. You'll end up straight in our tavern. Grace's counts are better. I think a baron is better than a count, isn't it? Doesn't it go Viscount, Count, Baron? You look it up. I have the internet. All barons can breathe fire, trust me. Oh, no. I had it the other way around. Barons form the lowest rank, placed immediately below Viscounts. As far as the peerage of England is concerned. Let's look at the peerage of England. Barons, Viscounts, Earls, Marquises, and Dukes. Though actually, I guess Count would be... Is Count lower than Viscount? Also, let's look up what a count is. Count. Count is a historical title of nobility in certain European countries, varying in relative status, generally of middling rank in the hierarchy of nobility. So a count would be lower than a Viscount. Oh wait, no. Counts and earls are interchangeable. Okay. Count applies to titles granted by monarchies other than the British for which earl applies. Got it. All right. We figured it out. We got there. It doesn't really matter in this game because we skip straight from Baron to King, so. Obviously, the peerage of Golarion has a different structure. Welcome to your barony. You are about to make the unyielding stolen lands a prosperous kingdom. There's a long, arduous road ahead of you. You and your advisors are going to deal with matters of national importance, found and build up settlements, seize and develop new regions, solve pressing problems, and take advantage of good opportunities. Also, the ruler of this land, personally sees to all problems and solves them with magic and sword. So, there's also that. A prosperous governor will be handsomely rewarded with support and donations from their subjects, promising alliances with other states, wealth for their treasury, and many other things. Good luck in your ruling, Baron. Keston Garrus. So now we've reached the main chambers. This is the throne room where you'll hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports and other news worthy of your grace's attention. Having finished his speech, Keston tucks his thumbs under his belt and stands quietly. Greetings, your grace. Castle, Lady Chimandi's ward, gives a polite bow. It was a pleasure to meet you at the rest-off reception. On behalf of your allies and benefactors, the Aldori Sword Lords, I'd like to offer you some advice. Barony effects: community +6, loyalty +6, military +3, economy +3, divine +3, arcane +3, ability +3. Events: trade agreements with Sartova, Izanki's offer, pillage the Temple of the Elk, rebuild the Temple of the Elk. You can solve most of your barony's problems by granting appointments to the right people, responsible people, but certain state business will demand your personal attention, as well as visits of especially important guests. Reports of such outstanding events will be marked on your map. You can always check it while considering your plans. According to the ancient traditions of Brevoy and most of the River Kingdoms, rulers address affairs of state and receive visitors at the beginning of the month. My advice to you is to maintain this tradition and regularly visit your capital when needed. The first thing you should do as a ruler is assign loyal people to all the important positions of the barony. Yeah, you always want to be back in your capital at the beginning of the month, as your month ticks down, because that's when people will arrive. Your clerics, Jod and Tristan, were the first to seek an audience. I won't distract you further, and I'll leave you to consider. Once again, my congratulations. May your rule be long and prosperous. Your Grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baron. I'm confident that you will be able to bring order to these troubled lands. Jod stumbles slightly. Though, to be honest, this isn't exactly what we wanted to speak to you about. Tristan and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at the Temple of the Elk. Doesn't all make sense yet, but one thing is clear. There's a powerful curse at work. It corrupted the very essence of the sacred site, seeping in with putrescence. Ugh, disgusted with whoever could do this. Jod exhales loudly, catching his breath. And now there's a new woe. Tristan and I believe the curse did not simply disperse of its own accord. There's a place in the capital rumored by the locals to be cursed. Tristan and I visited this dreadful place, and we felt the same putrescence as the Temple of the Elk. What is this place? Where is it? There's a bold hilltop not far from here, to the north of the capital. Its crown is entirely barren of life. The locals believe that rituals glorifying the dark gods were held there back in ancient. There's no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air on the hilltop is heavy to the point of stifling. The place is like a rotting wound, closed but not healed. And this wound will undoubtedly open again. Christian and I felt something approaching, something ominous. The curse will soon return to plague us once more. I swear by Erastil. I will go there as soon as I am able. I'd be happy to accompany you. I would not expect to see anything new there at present. I agree with Tristan. We've been to this hilltop. It's barren, but filled with this dense atmosphere of unease. But what do you suggest? The curse will grow in strength, and we predict it will reach its peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit the bald hilltop and resolve this issue. Now we can only wait. Prepare. I beg your pardon, Grace, for intervening with your getting a grasp of your barony. I'm sure you have more pressing matters at hand right now. An ancient curse.
Retire.
Alright, choose a name for your barony. The name of your barony cannot be changed later in the game. So, what would we like to call our barony? Let's see, are there any notable baronies in Grantera that I can think of? I always name it like Dal or Taram, so let's try something different. Any notable kingdoms? You go with a Dal. A Dal. Though my character distinctly does not look like Roland, so. The Adalian kingdom in Grantera is inspired by Wakanda in certain methods. It's more of a European style interpretation than a high tech African, but it's like Roland is basically the Black Panther in certain ways. Add your character's initials. My character's initials are... He only has one name. My character only has one name. Aiden. Let's go. Let me see. Let's see. Let's go with Misthaven. There was a bunch of fog here, and we're on a lake. There's gonna be some mist. We'll go with Misthaven. That's one of the kingdoms in Grantera that we haven't seen yet. And name Tuscadale, the same thing. I always like the capital. I always feel like the capital of a country should be named the same as the country. I know that's probably weird and doesn't work in like you know, in a lot of real life areas, but I always like, you know, like the Tyrian Empire's capital is Taram, kind of thing. All right, into the village of Misthaven. So, what do we need? What do we need? What do we need? First, well, we have 450 BP. Actually, first let's see what tasks we have. Advisors. So for our regent, 3 options. Put Valerie in a position for now. For our counselor, we have 2 options. For our advisor, or for our general, Ragongar. For our treasurer, we don't have a treasurer yet. We need one. I'll go hire a mercenary that we can put in this position. Treasurer requires intelligence, so. High priest, let's go with Jod. Let's fuck harem. All right. But we need to go build an adventurer that relies on their intelligence real quick.
All according to plan.
We will get a character that has that's good for a treasury role later on, but to start with, it's always good to have one of every advisor. Just in case it takes you a while to get to that other character.
I greet you, my savior. You who defeated those who nearly brought my ruin. I see your fate has changed since last we met. Now you are the ruler who will determine the destiny of these lands. I am their living heart, the whisper of the wind, the strength of rivers, the luxuriant growth of the meadows. Do you wish to touch this power? I will show you a place where we can finally meet in flesh, you and I. Deep in the woods, there is an old mossy ruins, long abandoned, nearly swallowed by the thicket. There is an old tree growing among the stones in the yard, which I remember as a seed. The shadow under its green crown I call my verdant chambers. Visit me there, my lord, and come alone. A nymph's reward awaits you.
The come alone part makes me think you're disingenuous, and I don't have time to wander through some thicket.
I dare not insist, but if you change your mind, go to this ruins. I can only reward you in my corporeal form. Here I am but an apparition, but there, in my verdant chamber...
Yeah, whenever anybody says come alone, that's a trap.
You will see me as I truly am.
I tire.
It'll cost me 8,000 gold. I don't have 8,000 gold, so never mind. Well, I guess we'll have to go get that guy first then. Well, first let's go see, go through and get everything set up. I don't know if we'll start off with anything that we desperately need our treasurer for. But we'll get them quickly because I know where to go to get our treasurer. So. First of all, it requires 7 days. This needs our treasurer right here. Name the outskirts, 14 days. In the meantime, let's build a bulletin board is very useful. As is a longhouse. And next to the longhouse is a barracks. And give us some piers. Watchtower, walls. Monument. We're gonna put the shrine here when we have our free one, so we're not gonna build a shrine just yet. Tavern. Shop. Smithy. Yeah, where you build these things has effects. So you always want to think about where you're putting things. Ooh. Yeah, let's put the bulletin board. Put the bulletin board here and an herbalist's house here, since our shrine's going to go there. And the herbalist's house gets a bonus to Arcana when next to a shrine, and our shrine gets a bonus to loyalty when next to the longhouse. Since their longhouse is centralized, we want our shrine to be right there, so it picks off both monument, which it gets +1 to divine when next to a monument, and then it gets +1, and then we get +1 Arcana when we have our herbalist house next to it. So we want to have all that right there, basically. Yeah, so that slot will be filled once we have our free shrine. Why waste BP when we're going to get a free shrine in 7 days? Alright. Let's go get our treasure. We'll claim the odds cards later. We don't really have the BP to build another town right now anyway, so.
Right higher. It should be.
First, let's rest. Presents in here.
In due time.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Ah, yes. Here's our storyteller. Finally. The man standing before you resembles an elf, but a very old one. His face is wrinkled and his beard is as white as mountain snow. The man seems to be completely blind. The old man stares past you with unseeing eyes. He seems to be consumed in his thoughts. Mutters a soft melody, swaying back and forth slightly to its rhythm. Man shudders briefly and stops singing. His mouth opens and closes a few times, bringing in mind a fish brought ashore. Ah, who is there? Is that you, your grace? Alright, would you care to trade stories with me? I'm a collector, not a trader. If I share a story with you, you receive the power to pass it further, changing or embellishing it, whether willingly or not. Can I be certain you will keep my stories intact in their absolute purity? No, I do not think so. At least not yet. These legends are the most precious valuables in this world. Last remnants of ancient tribes. They are beacons illuminating the way to the past, allowing us to meet generations long gone. I cannot let their light fade. The path of the past must not be lost. But I can offer you a deal, your grace. If on your journeys you discover items that come from eras past, bring them to me, and if my eyes can see the stories that these relics hold, I will gladly share them with you. And if you find all the pieces of any ancient artifacts, I can even recall my smithing skills to unite them and restore their power. I found shards of an ancient artifact. Can you restore it for me at the anvil? May I? This scorched piece of metal is a part of a curious artifact known as the Necklace of Double Crosses. Inside it tells a story of many deeds, not heroic but low and maleficent. If you find all 7 of its fragments, I will be able to restore the artifact and recount its inglorious story. I brought some relics. Are any of them worth story? coin from a non-existent country. When Coral the Conqueror mastered Rossland, having claimed it for Brevoy, he prohibited the issuance and use of such coin. Both ordinary folk and the Aldori sword lords were required to use new coins decorated with Coral's profile, but no one was quick to be rid of these prohibited coins. Oh no, in many houses there still store boxes and whole chests of such coins, waiting for the day when Rossland declares its independence. And what is this? I hear the voices of trees, the smell of smell the scent of fresh leaves. A dryad's mark, is it not? I would be happy to purchase it from. Yeah, see, we get where these things we could have sold them for like 20 or 50 gold previously. Now we're getting 1,200 gold, 400 gold, 600 gold. What was the name of the Golarion ruler who issued this coin? Does anyone remember now? What did the Cyclops use it to purchase? Food, books, weapons? Perhaps someone's life or their freedom. Who can say? Its history was erased by the Earthfall, but I will buy it from you, significantly more than it was worth in its own time. A soldier does not ask where the banners of war are headed. He or she goes to battle, dies, and leaves it to others to decide whether the cause was just. This tag belonged to one of many warriors who helped establish the glory of the Taldan Empire. If you would permit me, I would gladly purchase it from you. Ah, the belongings of brave heroes who performed their feats here before you. I sensed you would be interested to hear their story, but there are too few of them here for me to recount it yet. Please find all 5 of them. I'm sure you won't regret the time you spend in the search. I need a wise advisor, Marcor. Would you like to serve me in matters of state? Thank you for your words, but I'm unlikely to be able to interpret the intricacies of the political world or the affairs of the treasury. But my advice regarding the magic of the arts would be useful to any ruler. I'll leave you to your legends. We'll meet again. So yeah, we just doubled our money. Run by the market stalls. Sell some stuff, buy some stuff. And then we'll go find our accountant.
All according to plan.
Zarcy, the tiefling girl, looks as though she was made of spring, but she cannot stand still for a moment. She nods her head, snaps her fingers, and taps her feet in an inner whirling song. Seeing you, she quickly waves her hands and breaks into a wide smile, and immediately starts jabbering. Your Grace, welcome. What you want? Scrolls? I have them. You won't regret it. My suppliers bring more scrolls for sale if you manage to attract more mages to your lands. More mages, more demand, and more goodies for you. So go build them libraries, and we'll both profit from it. Show me your wares. Offer. Sell. Sell. Anything good here? No. Mage armor scrolls pretty good. Mage armor scrolls are good because I know A, don't have to have it, and B, don't have to spend spell slots on it. Great pit's good. We saw how effective that was. Acid arrow is gonna be deal. All right. Asuf. He's a dark-skinned, wiry man with a weather-beaten face and a happy smile on his face. He is dressed luxuriously, and his dark hair and neat mustache are exquisitely coiffured. Asu from Absalom is happy to welcome you, your grace. Come, take a look at the best wares we traveling merchants have to offer. Please come, take a look. Let me see what you have. Dinosaur bones, material components, need for some spells. Not yet, at the moment. I can buy build points from him. Bag of holding for 25,000 gold. I don't have that much gold yet. I could use a belt of dexterity +2. Also, use some leather armor. My current dexterity. Current dexterity is +4. So the +2 would put it at 21. So it would only be a +1 until I get my next level up, at least. Compared to my current thing, which has a my dexterity is not going to be 6 yet for a while. So not better than what I'm wearing right now. Actually, I mean, yeah, arcade spell failure chance lower, but not yet worth it. Let's not buy anything just yet. Not just yet.
In due time.
Myrtle. A young dwarf, red-haired, neat and surprisingly clean-shaven, stands leaning against a sledgehammer. Busy reading some book, but as you approach, he looks up and bows slightly. Greetings, your grace. I'm Verdal, a blacksmith. What can I do to help you? What can I do for you? Let's see your goods. As your grace wishes. Ooh, a cold iron longsword. Cold iron longsword might be useful, especially once I hit level 5. I do have the money to get a mithril full plate if I wanted to. Let's just get a cold iron longsword for now.
As it should be. Tense silence hanging over the house. Casey, your tiefling friend, emerges in the shadows, but her eyes are staring into the distance. She seems to look right past you. No, not now. Turmoil suddenly over her. But you see fear in Casey's eyes, her blue eyes. It red eyes a second ago. It's you. I wanted to say Please don't be afraid. You can tell me the truth. What's going on?
The girl closes her eyes and clenches her fist. Obviously, the grip of some strong emotion, but one you cannot read. I knew it couldn't last forever. Why did he even make this rule if he knew it would be impossible to keep? Takes a deep breath, opens her eyes, and speaks with firm resolve. Come what may, you should know, Aiden, that the person you know by the name of Casey does not exist. My real name is Kalik, and it's a long story, and such stories are best told beside a welcoming fire. Will you hear me out? Fine, let's go. The girl rests her head on her arm and stares off in the distance, lost to memory. Stories by the fire, in the deserts where I was born. My fondest memories. When the day is done, hosts and guests, parents and children, friends and rivals, all gather by the fire under the stars to tell their tales. All they did, all they witnessed, all they heard from other travelers, and the whispers carried by the desert wind. My sister and I often snuck in to hear these stories, hiding in the shadows just beyond the circle of light and warmth. We are hellspawn, you see. Tieflings are unwelcome guests in Kadira, unblessed by the light of merciful Sarenrae. We grew up sleeping in a common tent, scavenging for food here and there like orphans, all but outcast and disowned. We were 13 when we left, and set off to find happiness in the cities, and everyone we left behind sighed with relief. My sister and I, we are twins, but as different as the sun and moon. Her name is Kanara, which means silent flame. She is fire, a cold fire, but one that turns everything to ash. I am a river. It brings me joy to give water to tired travelers and nurture green shoots, but when I flood, I am bound to bring death. Despite our differences, we are one. Our lives belong to divine Nethys, and by his mercy we now live, in turns. While one of us is here, the other sleeps in another plane, and when she wakes up, we switch places, just as you witnessed. So this is why you didn't remember me when we were talking to Jamandi Aldori. How could I remember you? I never met you at the time. That was Kanara. She was the one who talked to you at the reception, and helped you fight off the assassins. We usually write each other notes recounting in detail all that happened and describing any friends that Casey has made, but that time we switched right in the middle of a mansion engulfed in fire and filled with assassins. Kanara didn't have time to write any notes. What can I do to help? That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Kanara was supposed to tell you of an ancient treasury that we've been looking for. Gold isn't the only thing of value in that place. It may contain an ancient relic, taken by the Taladan raiders from a respected Kadiran temple of Nethys. It's an unusual relic, called the Disc of the Eclipse. I once heard a beautiful story that it was created from the shadow that hides the sun and the moon, but I don't think that could be the truth. Nethys is the god of magic, who was once a mortal wizard, and relics from his temples are usually very powerful. There are many among his followers who think that solving the mysteries of magic, even rivaling their deity, is the best way to serve him. One such follower created the disc, long ago in a distant past. According to legend, it gives its owners control over planar travel, but only pairs of wizards bound by unbreakable ties could use it. While one of them traveled the planes, the other was his anchor in our world, and they could switch between. Do you see now why we were so desperate to find, why we so desperately wish to find the disc? It might help us understand how the switch between me and Canera works, and it should make our divine patron happy. Nethys and his assistants value the desire to understand the mysteries of magic above all else. This can help, then I agree. Thank you. I'll wait for you there at Sorrow Flow, and please, let's explore the ruins together, just the two of us. I don't want to give myself away again in front of your companions. Breaking the Arcanothane's condition once was enough. I have no wish to anger our god. So long. The Arcanothane. That's a cool name for a god of magic. Arcanothane. So she can also be a treasurer? But there's another character who serves that role, too. And I don't know if he's better or not, but also. He's just easier to get. Used to save him from the river. But he is a bit of an asshole. Bridge over the Gudrun River. Yeah. If we want to go help her, we have to go here by ourselves. But first. Claim! Yeah, these little blue resources we can claim for bonuses to our cities. Like this gives us +1 loyalty. 25th of Desnus, which means that soon it'll be the new month, I think. A ford across the Sunk River. Enter.
Focus on the goal.
Ready and willing.
Yes. Yes.
I'm restless.
No mistake. In due time.
Ah, he's not there yet. Damn it. Well, I guess he won't show up until later. Check out the Bald Hilltop. We said we would.
All according to plan.
Yep, it's pretty fucking empty. At least 3 stones. Fragment of an ancient pillar covered with eroded letters of an unknown language.
Follow my lead.
Got him. Oh. North arm. Try to avoid. Snailed to sneak past. Failed to sneak past. They snailed to sneak past these enemies.
I shall end this suffering.
Ah, Skelemans.
Let's try this way.
This is where I step in.
I'll try to make this swift.
You can't stop me.
I'll cut you.
I guess it's less that we snailed defeat past than they did. A pair of skeletons wandering around minding their own business, run into some adventurers, get the shit kicked out of them.
I need to catch my breath.
Do you? I no rest.
You are strange, Tristian.
You put up so patiently with jokes and insults, and you're always ready to hear out and forgive. Some may see this as weakness, but I know that inside you are harder than steel.
Thank you, Octavia. Too bad people so seldom recognize the true difference between weakness and strength.
Damn. Looks to the outskirts, huh? Oh yeah, we should go talk to Nettle. We'll talk to good old Nettie boy. Nettie boy, how are you?
That is not far.
Doing good, doing fine. Good old Nettie boy. Sounds like a nice idea for a funny one-shot or short campaign. Play skeletons who get smashed and resurrect all the time instead of avoiding adventures altogether. Alright, got a short spear.
As it should be.
Too bad the bridge is out. Find a different way to cross.
I need to catch my breath.
Who will remember me when I die, huh? Who's going to cry? Just my Octavia. Or would she?
Ragongnar over here having an existential crisis. Kingdom. Curses. Research on the nature of curses. Davik Nettle. Wait for that. Trail slowly fades into the surrounding wilderness. There's no telling now where it is supposed to lead, nor who passed this way. Let's see what's in the trail. Just in case this is a high-level encounter.
All according to plan.
Face me if you dare.
Okay, leopard. What? Why?
Miserable.
Why do you just get to murder me, leopard?
Consider provoked.
Die for me.
There are other ways to cast this spell.
A Johnny
This should do it.
Bring it!
The weak suffer. I endure.
This is for you!
Bleed for me.
Heal my allies without healing the leopard.
A calculated risk.
Tear them apart!
Come on.
Death comes.
Oh, come on.
They go down! Ah!
I'll fight if I have to.
This will hurt. Ah! I'm wounded.
You can't stop me.
Octavia, it would be great if you didn't suck this entire time.
Let's try this way.
Share your troubles.
Alright, well, that sucked. Got a cool short bow out of it, though.
In due time.
Let's go back to the kingdom and rest.
Follow my lead.
Okay. Well. Now that we've rested.
That is not far.
Let's head back out. Let's try to make it to Sorrowfall. We can send our allies back home from the field. Hello. Resources.
I need to catch my breath.
The first shrine built in your capital will be built free of charge. So let's go to our capital and build a free shrine. Hey. So it'll be 60 days to solve that. 45 days to solve that. $50 BP versus 100 BP. This will give us +2 to divine. This will also give us +2 to divine, so we're just going to go with that one for now. That'll be done quicker.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
Listen, Amiri, I was thinking, I know you're a woman of principle, but maybe you have a barbarian friend.
A barbarian woman will break you in half and not even notice.
I think that's what he wants, Amiri. I think Ragungar just wants to be stepped on by a barbarian woman. All I want to do... all I want to be is someone who gets to see a barbarian woman. Barbarian woman! Claim.
I need to catch my breath.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
A pint of beer would be nice. Or a barrel.
We encountered somebody on the road.
Time for fun.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
A yellow dweem... What? Hang on a second. A Medusa and a Manticore, you say?
This should do it. Bring it!
What is this hot, loose bullshit?
A calculated risk. Tear them apart!
Oh god damn it, only one wolf. Or sorry, one dog. I should have just summoned a wolf. Oh.
Considerably provoked.
Wait, what the fuck just happened?
I'll cut you.
How did she get petrified?
This will hurt.
Yes.
Calm down. Not dead yet.
So tired.
Ba and Ritzi.
This was not part of the plan.
Yes.
The weak suffer. I endure.
There are other ways to cast this spell.
Magritium Turinos.
This is for you.
I died. Free. Magritium Turinos. Die for me. Bleed for me. Fear me. Comes.
Okay, let's try this again.
I'm looking at our gang, and I'm wondering, how the hell are we still alive yet? Everyone's so smart, it makes me sick. Writing smart books, fancy prayers to the gods. I only punch first and then sort it out. I guess that's why we're still alive.
All of a sudden, I'm starting to drop frames. I think Twitch is having an issue. We're almost done, so that's fine. That sucked.
In due time.
An exit on one side of the place. Why would there be? Why would there be an exit up in any other place? Any other level? Oh, it's the beginning of the month. Fuck, I need to get back to... Damn it.
You're but a footnote in our story.
Fucking mana cores. Oh, fuck. I forgot to... I should have cast shield.
They go down!
Oh, a third manticore. A fourth manticore. Fuck. I did not sign up for this bullshit. It's like I interrupted a manticore party? Yeah. What it feels like.
This was not part of the plan.
Why are there more manticores?
Should withdraw for a time.
What is this bullshit?
Dawnflower, grant me strength.
Why are there yet more Why? What the fuck?
Part of the plan. Bring it.
Why are there so many mana cores?
This spell's not supposed to work like that. Protect me, please.
Trying to get her away so I can summon a dire wolf without it getting interrupted.
This was not
Of course.
the
The
plan.
weak suffer. I endure.
That, you know, everything that happens to me, which is Kingdom for my Manticore repellent, right?
This won't kill me.
Please, you all go away. Get in the pit.
Death comes.
May I suggest another way to use this spell? Serves a miserable last chapter.
I'll cut you. The weak.
Goes Ragongar. Really?
I see your light.
Holy shit. What the fuck?
Bring it. I'm all right.
Well, this game just got destroyed because I randomly got jumped by 12 mana cores.
Enemy approaching.
Oh, yay. And the last save was at the beginning of the Manticore fight. I'm in hell. This is hell. I don't even get my, like, fucking surprise turn. Apparently. You, get big. Oh no, this time they got a surprise turn, so they could just murder Lindsay straight off the bat. That's nice. I really appreciate that game.
Protect me, please.
Yes. Tear them apart! Go on. Calm down. Not dead yet.
Let's see if we can avoid the Manticores this time. Save. Actually, you know what? It's noon. We're going to fight our way home later. Thanks for watching, everybody. Watching me get destroyed by a bunch of Manticores. Because that's fair, I guess. I mean, I'm in a level. I'm probably in an area I shouldn't have gone to, I guess. Not that you know that, since you can get that quest to go to Sorrowfell immediately. But, yeah, that's fun. We'll be back tomorrow with more ADHD stream. If you stick around though, because I mean, not right now, but later tonight, 7 p.m. tonight Eastern, we have Grand Terra Shadowfront, or continuing on with that story. I'll be back in the GM seat for that, and then tomorrow I'll be back with more ADHD stream. If you like if you like the show, or if you just feel bad for me because I got jumped by a pack of Manticores, feel free to throw some money our way over at patreon.com/FSFilms, or you can go to, you can also donate money to me directly at kofi.com/Johnny Bates. Thanks for watching, or you can sub here on Twitch. You know, if you've got a free Switch, if you've got a free Twitch Prime or anything like that. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow and later tonight.